Hi guys, my name is Maria Oyebade and this is Revelo On The Go. Okay, we are writing the vision and with me here is a beautiful damsel. Please, could you tell us your name?
My name is Temitope Ogunre.
It's nice having you here.
Same here.
Okay, so today's teaching has been beautiful. And the last episode was had by Reverend Busuyi Olabode. Now, for me, that session was so information-packed that I had to take a lot of notes. So there was a thought he shared. So he said that, for me, one of my defining moments was actually when he mentioned that Christ attained 3 levels of fathership. How that in the realm of Christ, he was a father. In the realm of the Son, he was a father. And in the realm of God, okay, no, I've mixed it up. Where he said in the realm of Christ, he was a father. In the realm of the Father, he was a father. And in the realm of God, he was a father. Now, for me, I've always seen Christ as just the Son. So for him to come to now say that for me, it was a redefining of sonship for me. Was that how you felt too? Or have you always had that knowledge from the beginning?
Well, I've not had the knowledge from the beginning.
Okay.
Today was really very wholesome. I felt very blessed. And to answer your question, no, I've not felt like this.
Okay.
You know, what really struck me was especially when he mentioned along that thought, especially when he talked about fatherhood and he talked about Christ. He talked about Jesus, you know, carrying the 3 fathers, you know, while he was on earth, and that was for me. That was mind blowing. That was really enlightening.
And I also feel that this episode, this session that we just had, is a session that we need to go back to listen to again. Do you also carry that feeling with you?
Yes, of course I do.
All right, and then I also like to know, do you have other questions?
Yes, I do.
You have questions?
Yes, I do.
All right, so you have them sent to the platform. Are you aware of our platform?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so please send your questions to the platform. And now I'm going to go back to look for the next person. Thank you very much for sharing your thoughts with us. So I'm going to be going now to the next person.
So I'm here with Rachel at Writing the Vision. Rachel, tell me, it was said during the ministrations that men run away from shameful experiences.
Okay.
Can you share your thoughts on this?
Okay, I think from what Pastor Thompson, we have so much knowledge about this word because we have used it a lot, and it has painted an image of what man should be, which is different from the image that God expects us to see. So Satan has built an image that we are looking at and we want to walk towards, which is the word actually. We want to walk towards, and so anytime we are not meeting up to that image, we fall short of it and we feel like, oh, my reputation is in line, I'm not meeting up, so it's shameful for us. We want to run away from it. When in the actual sense, that is not what is shame, because shame is what is not the image of God, right? But the devil has so much instilled his own image in our hearts, and that's what we are looking at, that's what we are working towards.
So how then do you embrace these shameful experiences?
Okay, I think from what Pastor Thompson said is the fact that the essence of the doctrine of Christ that we are hearing, the essence of it is for us to be able to naturally, freely know how to love the Lord and know that what we are working towards is to become that image that is Christ. Yeah, so the more it's just like the way we have learned to use the word, because we have so much knowledge of it. We also have to use the doctrine of Christ so much so that we will not be looking at, oh, this is the image of Satan. We will not know where our gaze should be on, which is the image of Christ.
It will now become from instinct, default.
Yes,
you can tell this
naturally.
This is what this is, you know, and you just, because of what has been done inside, you just gravitate naturally towards the things that are God's.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Rachel. You really enlightened me. So let me look for the next person. Thank you, Rachel.
Okay, so we're here today with, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yes, my name is Uzomba. Yes.
Awesome, Uzo, nice to meet you. Okay, so today, when Pastor Thompson was preaching, he said something that was very interesting. He said that we're to present our bodies, not just our outward bodies, our inward bodies, all our members to God. I mean, when he made that statement, what thoughts ran through your mind?
Okay, it was very clear. What actually ran through my mind was that the soul is a seat, just the same way Pastor mentioned it. any of the dictates and the principles that we allow or we live by, we are giving that particular one the seat of our soul. Just the same way God is actually requesting to sit a place in our soul. Just the same way, that's the same way the world is requesting also to have a seat in our soul. That's exactly what's actually rational.
That's amazing. Thank you so much, Uzo, for joining us today. It was really a pleasure having you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
So, off to the next.
Okay, so now I have with me another guest. Please, could you tell us your name, please?
My name is Angela Johnson.
All right, so how has today's WTV edition been to you? How has it been?
I think that's been a huge blessing to me. This is my first WTV in a while.
Whoa, okay.
Yes, so I think I've been streaming for a while, so it was great to attend and be a part of.
Be an on-site member, not an online member. Okay. So what
yes.
stuck with you today?
Yeah, so I think Pastor Busi's session sort of just wrapped up everything that I had been hearing that all the ministers had spoken on earlier today. And what stood out for me first was when he started to share about, Jesus and John the Baptist when they were children and how much life they acquired, from when they were younger, right? And the things that they became from their youth. And then, he compared that to, the new birth and how, and the things and the level of things that we are celebrating at different ages now. He made reference to a 30-year-old that is celebrating the new birth when they said that Jesus acquired and became all things in wisdom and stature, right? So it just showed me that, there's a lot of ground that's left to cover, right? And then, beyond that, speaking now further into the concept of the image of God the Father and, how acquiring that image gives us the dominion that we need, right? It was quite interesting to see that this life that, we're going to acquire in God is going to come to the foolishness of preaching. So it might seem like, we're foolish to keep hearing and hearing, but it's not just words that we're speaking, it's life that's being transmitted.
And it's covenant. I remember clearly that he said it's covenant that we are caught in by those conversations that we keep engaging ourselves in.
Yes.
That's beautiful.
Yes,
It's obvious that you were really paying attention. Is there more you'd like to add to that?
No, so that was really the highlight for me. Yes, so I think listening to that gave me encouragement to know that discipline is required and speaking to the covenant, committing to these things that we're hearing and determining that we're going to become all that we hear and then be able to pass it down into that next generation that such things will no longer then be named.
Thank you so much.
Them.
Thank you so much. It's been beautiful. You sharing what you've learned with us. I'm sure that others too have learned more. So I'll be going on to the next person. Thank you very much. So I'll be going on to the next interviewee.
I'm here with my namesake, Choma. I write in the vision. Welcome, Choma.
Thank you very much for having me.
Pastor Tayo said we have to eat shame as food. What resonated for you with that statement?
Okay, it simply spoke about us being able to shun the world and the standards she has raised for us, knowing that God is only pleased through the vehicle of preaching that we be saved who believe.
Yeah.
So it tells me that I have to know that to love God the more, I have to not pay any mind to the standards that the world has raised or the standards by which the world measures me.
Yeah, the standards that the world has raised. Can you give us an example of such a standard?
For example, they say a fool at 40 is a fool forever. If you've not achieved certain things at the age of 40, that simply means that you've not gotten to where you ought to be, or you're not termed successful by the world. I'm 40 this year.
Oh, wow.
So I don't have a house.
Amazing.
I don't have a car, but that doesn't mean
that you're limited in any way.
Exactly. But I'm blessed by the messages of eternal life and the substances of God which have been delivered to me through the vehicle of preaching.
Yeah. Oh my.
So I'm most blessed.
Oh wow. Amazing. When is your birthday, Choma?
July 21st.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Up to the next person.
Thank you.